So, backtesting session, first video. I'm going to first review the last day trade, which I didn't take, and I'm going to explain why. So my trading window, it's until 11 a.m. and this is here, 11 a.m. Okay, so this first trade I marked, but I didn't take, and I'm going to explain you why. The reason was in the higher time frames, I was expecting price to take this to buy side liquidities. You see, those are not even relative equal highs, but literally equal highs. So you see the number 684,740 and high 674,740. So these are literally equal highs, which is a really strong drawn liquidity. In Nasdaq, those highs are this one and this one, but like making some kind of SMT here, but it doesn't matter. You see where's the high, and then you see the nearest high, which is this one. So this is the liquidity to grab on Nasdaq, and we are in this uptrend right now. This candle is just the Asia session from the other day. And we got like a big displacement to the upside here. And to me, on the monthly, we should still be going down to take more of this liquidity right here. There's a lot of liquidity. This is a pool of liquidity. It's full of lows. So in my head, I was thinking that we needed to take those. What did price do? Price came back down here and took only these two lows. Well, three. One, two, and three lows, right? Uh, well, did it take this one also? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like here you have a lot of lows, and then you have a monthly fair value gap right below them, and this blue line was the 50%. So yeah, I was expecting lower prices. Uh, Here we had a lot of weekly wicks, as you can see. So price came up the first week, closed bullish. That to me was a bullish sign to start a reverse. Started going up, took this liquidity here, and then when you go down to the daily, you can notice this equal highs here or this relative equal highs here, which to me are a nice point of liquidity to go grab and then maybe reverse, or at least take this liquidity and reverse just a little bit until you get back down to this 4-hour fair value gap to maybe then keep going up again, which we kind of shouldn't, because this wasn't a good retrace to the downside. We need more, and we left only one low here on the higher time frame. So that's in the market maker buy and sell model. After you take a big liquidity, right? Here we are in all-time highs. So after you take this liquidity, you start going down like this. You let those highs there, and then you come back up, you take those, and from here you start dumping again, right? So this is what I am kind of expecting because of what price is giving me, right? So um, this point in price here is this one, taking some form of liquidity. Yeah, it could come up and take this one, but this is enough for me. And I'm not taking swing trades. I'm taking um, a shorter daily daily trades. I mean, I day trade, right? because of the prop firms. So we're coming up. We have this 4-hour fair value gap, which to me is a good point in price to come and take all of this generated sell side liquidity here and here. You can clearly see all of this relatively equal lows. So in the 1 hour, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting for price to come back down and take this liquidity and form here a change in state of delivery. In this case, I draw a coming down, coming up, coming back down again to take the internal liquidity also, not just the externals here. And then from the 50% skyrocket. I was expecting 50% at least in one of the assets, right? I don't care if it does it on S&P or in Nasdaq. I just needed one done. So we're still coming down. Here you see you have a lot of liquidity, right? A low, another low, another low. This is on the 15-minute. It's decent liquidity. But okay, so this is what I was saying. Here at open at 8:30, price took liquidity and then started going down. What I need to see is a grab of liquidity, but in the 9:30 time frame, like right at the open, or since market open, I need to see some grab of liquidity. So what price did was making a high here, which made an SMT with Nasdaq. Okay, this SMT is valid until this low gets taken, which got taken pretty fast. So after the change in state, if I mean to enter here, it's not going to be a good risk to reward, right? I mean, imagine you do it like this, which I was expecting. I mean, to put the stop loss here just by experience. I cannot even tell you why. And the take profit here, the first one, it will be nothing. 1 to 0.35, that's nothing. So it wasn't a good trade. I saw price falling and it's falling pretty hard to me. I mean, this was like a displacement to the downside, right? And I was thinking to me in my head, okay, if I if I try to take a short, it's like, yeah, we got a lot of liquidity here, right? A lot of liquidity. I could take a short and maybe put the take profit here, right at the New York session low, right? But as you can see, it didn't top it. It didn't. It switched back up right before topping it, and also it did here. So it was creating kind of lower highs all the time. I didn't take this trade because, okay, yes, we got an SMT here. That's true. We got a liquidity grab. That's true. But what did I say the last day? When you have two liquidities, one right above the other, and price comes and takes only one, and after taking only that one, starts going down, it's like if you already had high probabilities to take both of those, you now got even more because they are even closer, and that's even stronger for price to go and hunt, you know? So we made a new high here on on Nasdaq, yeah, also on S&P, which at 9:30 we went and we take, and then we started going down. In Nasdaq, we didn't make a change in state of delivery. I don't like this kind of price action where the change in state is too far away. I just avoid those. I it might be a good trade, but I don't take those. I don't care. I don't want to see such a big leg up to have to change the state. So we do this thing on 8:30. We take the liquidity, we make another liquidity right below the higher one. Well, we close the we make those two prices closer, even closer, right? We come back again. We do the same thing. We're taking only this liquidity, having this higher time frame liquidity. That's important. Higher time frame liquidity right there, right above. To me, I can't short here. I mean, I need to see this liquidity taken. That's why I didn't take the short. We also had this liquidity here. Here I stopped trading. I went out of the charts, or maybe I did. No, I actually exited around here because it was like it's I'm not seeing anything, and it's not going to be for today. And I was saying maybe for the PM session. And it actually happened on the AM session. The thing is, I stop trading at 11 a.m. and I think I'm gonna switch that, and I'm gonna hold until 12, until the midday. And why is that? Because look what price did. This was a pretty clear short. So we're letting a lot of highs right below this higher time frame high, right? We come up, take the highest high, which I needed to see taken. We took it only on Nasdaq, as you can see. So this is an SMT. Let's mark the SMT. Well, it's a potential SMT actually. It's not a confirmed one, but whatever. So, oh, okay. So this is the high here. It's even bigger than I thought. Well, that's good. So there you have it. This is the SMT. Let's mark it also on Nasdaq. From the same high, right, to the new high, we got that potential bearish SMT. It's just potential. It's not already done. We have to see some kind of displacement at the 15-minute, maybe a break of structure on the 15-minute at least. I would even like to see it on the 1 hour to confirm that SMT. And after we got that SMT, I would be waiting for price to take the lowest low in between those two prices, which is actually this one here. So this could have been a massive fucking trade, a massive short, actually, with the TP1 here on the fair value gap right below this liquidity, taking out probably 50% of the position just in case, and because I'm kind of a pussy at the moment, I don't want to search for home runs. I've been fucked already a bunch of times. In my personal account, I would be taking here maybe, yeah, let's say 30%. Another 30% right below this sell side liquidity. And I would let the rest run until these lows here, which are the lowest lows right in between the SMT, right? That's what I would have done. So we're still going here. We're now waiting for a change in state in the 1 minute. This is a pretty big SMT. So I shouldn't even talk about the 1 minute and wait for the 5 minute to see a change in state, and then maybe a retracement on the 1 minute to re-enter. Let's see what happened exactly. Let's see let's say I'm searching for the entry at the 1 minute. Come up again. And bro, this to me is pretty solid. I mean, it's pretty solid, yeah. We make a change in the state of delivery in the S&P. We didn't take the buy side. That kind of confirms the SMT. Actually, not yet because we're only on the 1 minute. But here, like, man, this is a big displacement. All right. After the first candle, I wouldn't have entered because this doesn't make the change in state yet. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, the change in state is right here. This is the change in state. So let me mark it. And we're gonna have a huge displacement to the downside. In my opinion, I would have entered. I wouldn't wait for price to come until this zone in the changing state. Why? Because well, actually, hold on. Yeah, I could make something like that. That is much better. That's something doable. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a lot of pressure to the downside suddenly, and we don't have any kind of liquidity here to like say, yeah, we're gonna just grab this low and then turn back up again. I mean, it's not a turtle soup to keep going up. So actually, this was a fucking amazing trade. Yeah, I mean, I would have there a 50% off, maybe another 25 here, and the rest here. Yeah, yeah, probably. But I mean, this one is gonna be taken for sure, but I'm not sure about this one because, as you can see, we're all the time making higher higher lows. And well, I don't know. We kind of took all of the liquidity to the left of us. We could come back down to take some form of external liquidity, which is actually this one. Yeah. But it's already a big wick taking all of those. I don't know. I would have my first TP here for sure. 1 to 3.51. That's the 50% of the TP. Maybe here another 25%, and the rest, yeah, I would say until the 4 hour fair value gap. Fuck it. That would be my entry. The thing is, what would I have done right here after this big displacement? Would I set up a short there and wait for price to enter, or would I go and enter right at like a market order? And I'm not sure what to tell you about that because it's kind of a good displacement to the downside, and I don't want to miss out. So I don't know, man. I might enter straight away. I mean, this fair value gap here, we could feel it. We could not. I mean, if I move my entry right after the next candle just to try and go tap the fair value gap, it might even not work because I see it a lot of times and I lose my entry. So I'm not sure, man. I maybe enter right here, something like that. Maybe enter 50% of the position, and the next 50% wait for price to come up here and top this zone of the changing state and see what happens. Probably I've been doing that. So let's see what would have happened. There it is. So I'm with half the position in because the change in state didn't get tapped. This is a strong move to the downside. And just by experience, it's like I kind of remember these motherfuckers. They don't pull back so much to the changing state. They just keep going down. And at least this time we got above this first up close candle into the 1 minute fair value gap, right? that also doesn't happen very often. We just start dumping and dumping and dumping. So my entry would be something around there. I mean, as soon as we close this, I would be watching for an entry and yeah, something around here in this zone. Let's say there. That would be pretty accurate. Uh, so what else? Now let the trade run. First TP for let me watch it in the 5 minute. 5 minute. Well, as I said before, we actually took all of the liquidity from the left of us, and we left a lot of liquidity here. So, man, I could expect price to come and take this New York lows at least. This would be my first TP here, below the New York lows. There it is. It touched it. Okay, and one more thing that I can do is draw this consequent. No, what it was. Standard deviation. That's it. So in the standard deviation, you see that in the manipulation leg, you have the 2 to 2.5 right here. I said that my first TP would be, yeah, below the New York right there. Yeah, yeah. Nah, fuck the standard deviation. Yeah, we could tap this zone and come back up, but it's like, bro, I don't know. I just entered with half of the position, you know? I might move my shit to break even. If it touches break even, then good. I'm out of the position and I have the other half of the position here. I would switch it to full size on the changing state. So if it comes back up and touches the changing state, it triggers my whole position, right? To then go target those New York lows, which I really expect to get taken because we already took all of the liquidity to the left of us. And these are relative equal lows, as you can see. So yeah, this one is pretty juicy, bro. I would be waiting for price to take this for sure. So realistically, my entry would have been this 1 to 3.8 from half of the position here. I take half out here, and then I let the rest run, which would be a 25%. Yeah, 25% of the whole position until the 4-hour fair value gap, which is a 1 to 8.1. And would it work? Well, actually, hold on. So, yeah. Okay, this changes the things. So, we're entering on the S&P on this 4-hour fair value gap. We are not doing it on Nasdaq, and we are also making here change. I mean, an SMT divergence, as you can see. So after this change in state, I would be exiting. We got the change in state on S&P. Would I have been? I mean, would I wait until a change in state on the Nasdaq? Let me think about it. Let's see the next candle. Oh, that's triggering me to not close the trade yet. I want to see a change in state here on Nasdaq. If I don't, no, nah, this is going to continue down. Where is it bouncing off? Nowhere. Okay, so we got this low here, and we made a higher low right here. This is just nah. Fuck this SMT. This is going to get ran to the downside for sure. And why I don't trust this fair value gap so much on the S&P because um normally when there's a fair value gap like that and a lot of liquidity above it, price usually enters and plays around and then maybe goes back up, but it doesn't just tap it and then leave, you know? This SMT I don't expect to hold because we're just at the top of the fair value gap. I expect price to keep going down a little bit more. And I want to see price also go further on Nasdaq. If we see this on the 15 minute, we got the higher time frame, lower highs, and yeah, I might be doubting a little bit, but I don't know. To me, there's no liquidity here, right? We just made a displacement to the downside. We didn't let any legs to form any kind of buy side liquidity. So to me, price, it's like, all right, what do I do now? I go up and take this liquidity which is far away, or do I just keep dumping and taking all of those liquidities to then maybe come back up and trigger people to maybe enter longs, right? Do something like this. Let all of this liquidity and then suddenly take all of those and keep dumping, right? This is a strong leg to the downside, which is what happened here. You don't have any triggers here to go back up and take, so fuck it. That would be holding until the 4 hour fair value gap. That's what I would have done. This is a Friday also, and market closes at some point. Let's see what would have happened. I would be holding this motherfucker with the break even here. I don't expect actually price to come back up here and touch that zone. I want to see it take. We're forming liquidity here, which is right above this London low. I don't know, man. I would hold this just in case. And yeah, we don't know what would have happened. Maybe it comes back up once more again. Maybe this SMT would hold. Let me check on the 15 minute. So we got this SMT here, and we're changing the state of the SM. Yeah, yeah, that might have been greedy, but it is what it is. So SMT and what the fuck? And SMT, which gets confirmed in this changing state on the 15 minute. What about the 1 hour? On the 1 hour, we don't have a change in state. This might work. Something inside of me is telling me that we're going up once again, maybe until taking this buy side liquidity and maybe from there dumping. Whatever it is, I would be having my stop loss on break even, and I would have made a 0.25% of the full entry because, as I said before, I entered here supposedly just with half the position. So let's do now a backtest session and let's keep it for a week. I want to do at least weekly videos of backtest, and I want to cover 1 week of data per week, right? And upload those on the Sundays, so you can benefit from them before going into the week. Okay, so this is the further I can go back in time on the 1 minute. I'm gonna take a little break and I'm gonna continue later. Okay, so let's start with a monthly. We're in an uptrend. on both assets weekly. Well, hold on. Let's see if there's any fair value gap on the monthly. It seems like there isn't. So going back to the weekly, we kind of have this order block here, fair value gap, which we don't know if it got disrespected or not because this candle is maybe from one day open. I'm not sure. Whatever. Let's check the daily and some clear zones of sell side liquidity, which are this, which we might not even take. Okay, dumping here. This might be Friday. Yes. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute for a second and let's play the candles until market open. Okay, there it is. So, what do we have here? Let's check the daily again. This is the lowest liquidity, which got taken on both, I guess. Yes. From here, I could expect a movement to the upside. So, we still got some liquidity here. Real difficult lows. Okay, so we're in a buy side of the curve, right? And the bigger time frame. So we're making, as I always say, higher highs to then go leave this new higher time frame sell side liquidity above those and keep going up, right? So on the daily, we came back, we took some form of sell side, right? Which is this one and this one. I think that's enough. If we trace a Fibo from here to here, we already reached the 50%, I guess on both, right? Yeah. So this is good for a continuation. We could maybe expect some, nah, this is perfect. I mean, this is the weekly fair value gap. This is perfect. I'm expecting a bounce from here. I mean, you could say that, yeah, we got this leg here on the monthly, right? And that we could come back to the 50% and then go up. But usually what I always see is something like this, like the 50% maybe be around here and this high, you know? So price comes up and from here it might go down. What other way we can make to realize where it could go with the with the standard deviation? So it might go here to the -1 and from here go back. If we do it on this leg, which will be like the manipulation leg, here is the one we already got there, but I would kind of expect the 2 to 2.5. I'd expect price to come to this zone to then dump. In the daily, this is the manipulation leg. You draw the Fibo here, that's the 2 to 2.5. So to me, we still got room to the upside. We're just in an uptrend right now. We just took some form of liquidity. You can clearly see it here. See, we're making lower highs. We just took one, and from here, I'm expecting us to go up. Let's draw the same Fibo on NASDAQ, just to kind of have it in mind. There it is. Yeah, we're taking some form of sell side before going to the upside. And we're letting here a new sell side liquidity. Okay, so from here, I'm expecting higher prices. 4 hour, there's nothing here, and we're in market open. I don't really care. I don't like this structure. I need to see something like this. You see? A lot of lows, price comes back down, gets all of them, and from here maybe look for a reversion, but not at this point. I need to see more structure right now. The movement is already made. There's no any form of liquidity here. At most, I could expect price to come down and top this fair value gap, this hourly fair value gap right below the Asia session. Take that Asia session liquidity, and from here maybe go to the upside. But right now, I wouldn't be expecting to take anything right at market open. Let's see what price does. Nothing. I wouldn't have traded this. No way. Okay, so next day, I'm gonna do a week of data, by the way, for every Sunday. Um, I work as a bouncer in a club and I'm pretty sleepy. My brain is not braining right now, so I'm not too fresh to analyze the charts properly. We might have a potential SMT here. It's like there's a lot of room here. It's a huge gap. I would expect price to kind of come back down and take this to then continue up. I don't know. We'll have to see. Uh, let's mark this as a SMT low back. London might make the lower of the day. No, it didn't. It's keep going down. There's no SMT anymore. This is a good point in price to look for a rejection from here. Why? Just by experience. I'm talking just from experience. What about this? Is it still holding? Yeah. Yeah, there's an SMT. Okay. So market, pre-market open or whatever that is, 8:30, the gray line. Here's the 9:30, dumps straight away. Why isn't it painting on? Bro, what is, fuck, man, what's wrong here? Man. Okay, hold on. Fuck, man. Bro, let's go back. Come on, man. Fuck. I'm gonna reopen it. Damn, bro. I hate when that happens. Okay, so we were here. Okay, 1 hour, play, pause, 15 minute. So what we got here? We got the market open. Okay, so hold on. Let's move back. This might be interesting. So we're dumping one last time. I was talking about maybe longing around this zone, right? We're dumping once more. The gap starts from kind of starts from here. Yeah, from here to here. So we kind of still got some room to the downside, whatever. Okay, so what happens? Market opens, dumps, takes this, let me see in the 1 minute. Okay, nothing here. Comes down, takes this form of sell side. From here, it's like we don't have anything left to go down, right? We got kind of this 1 minute fair value gap here, which we didn't. No, it's not even a fair value gap. This is a weird price action from the Friday close. So on the 1 minute, let's see if we kind of make some change in the state, which I wouldn't be. I mean, this is good. Like you have a fair value gap to the downside, and you suddenly make a fair value gap to the upside. This is good. If we match this with a change in the state, that's pretty good. Came back down, topped on the S&P, the fair value gap on the 1 minute. As you can see here, we didn't on NASDAQ. We made a lower high here. We already tapped the fair value gap before. No, we are not. This is actually good. I would expect a long from maybe this candle and with the stop loss right there and the take profit around here. I personally wouldn't take this trade. It's not a high probability for me, but it kind of triggers me to try. So this was a good trade. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not inside my plan exactly, but well, there's kind of no more liquidity to the left of us. We're making all of this sell side. We take at market open the last liquidity down, uh, which is this one here. This is the last liquidity to the downside, right? We take it here. We come back up, go back down once again, take the internal sell side, and from here we make a change in the state. This is actually doable. I mean, you could long this. And here's the change in state, which closes so bullish. If I try to put something like, which in this case I wouldn't. I don't expect price to come back down. I'm not really even sure how to explain to you. I mean, I would justify it like it's just from experience, right? But this candle close, it's so bullish. I mean, if I enter there at market order, where would I put my stop loss? We got this SMT here, kind of confirming the buy pressure, right? It's a little SMT. I wouldn't take this. I mean, I wouldn't be confident to take this, at least right now. Maybe in the future, when I have even more experience seeing this type of price, I would do it. But right now, I wouldn't be confident to take this because my stop loss would be down here. I would like to put my stop loss there, right below the SMT, right, and the take profit on. Let's see, some doable take profit, something logical. Maybe on the 1 hour. Here's kind of a fair value gap. Yep. Maybe on the fair value gap. Well, maybe on the 50%. So where's the 50? OTE. Oh shit. OTE black. So there's the 50%. Right above is the fair value gap. I could see price keep dumping, take this low. Maybe Maybe I could expect price to come back up and take that Asia high, but it's like there's only one point in price for like one drawn liquidity. I don't really expect price to go up so much. There's no structure, you know. Here's these lows which got taken. That's good, but there's nothing here to long this. This is kind of risky. I wouldn't have done this. I marked it just like from kind of experience, but I wouldn't be really confident in taking this. What about taking a long from here to this high for a 1 to 1.2? Well, it's kind of okay. Nah, I wouldn't be taking this. Nah, this is low probability for me. Even if it looks good right now, this is low probability. I wouldn't be taking this. So let's go to the next day. I need to see some more structure. Fuck. Okay. So now we got one, two lows, kind of as an SMT there, which I don't expect to hold because this leg to the downside on the higher time frame took that form of liquidity, which was a like a trigger to then start going to the upside. So I don't expect that SMT to hold. We got this low here. We got this low here. This is like the solid one before the break of structure in the higher time frame, so I don't expect this one to get taken. I could expect this one to be taken, this low, before we continue to the upside. We already took this high in the S&P. Same logic here. This is the low that I expect to be taken on the market manipulation at 9:30 open. And from there, I would expect higher prices. So what's happening here? We come up, changing the state of delivery. We got a lot of liquidity here. We got this low here. I'm not really sure about opening here in this change. I mean, there's no more liquidity to the upside. You know, we're back testing. Let's say I take a short here, but to be to be honest, well, this is kind of good. Yeah, this is kind of good, and I would even put the stop loss maybe something. Well, let me check. Hold on. So we got this inverse here. No, no, I would keep my stop loss here. And a short like that, maybe we got down with power. No change in the state on NASDAQ. I'm not short in this because we got kind of an SMT here. I want to see a change in the state on both of the assets. This might be just a manipulation from this 9:30 candle to then keep going up and just let another low here and like another form of future sell side liquidity, you know. So I wouldn't be taking this one as well. Not a high probability for me. I've been um I've been break even for a long time just because of these stupid trades, which are low probability, and I've been giving back money to the markets. It kind of looks to me, oh damn, I didn't expect that. Yeah, hold on. So we took the low here, right? Yeah, we did, but no displacement. Here's the displacement. We take this low. From here, I might expect another coming back down to make like, you know, like this, take this internal liquidity, change in the state, boom, boom. I would expect this right now. This is 1 o'clock, so that might happen for for New York PM. Let's see what price does. Is it gonna go up straight away? Yeah. Okay. So nothing today. Nothing on, what is this? Oh, this is Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday. My brain is fried right now. There it is, another market open. So what we got here, we got this low, which I told you that we were going to get. So now this is the solid one, which is making the new break of structure, which it didn't yet. I'm expecting now price to make another break of structure to the upside. This week is going to be respected for sure. There's no other form of liquidity, only this one's here. So I could expect price to come back down and take this liquidity before going up, right? We're in an uptrend right now. As I always say, buy side of the curve, right? We get down, we take this form of liquidity, and from here we start building lows, which we could come take and then continue up, which is what we did right here. We're making lows, came back down, took all of them to then continue. So we could do the same because price is fractal, right? So we could do it on this structure here, this inside structure. So let's see what market open has to present to us. I need to see if I want to see a short and price coming down, I need to see first some form of manipulation, which will be taking these highs, I guess. I wouldn't let those highs there and try to short because that usually ends up pretty bad. So I'm gonna mark this high here, which is, if you can see, this is the range we're operating right now. This last leg to the downside, that's the range. And we got this high here, which is so near to this one. I'm definitely expecting price to take this high and then see if it gives me some form of lack of displacement to the upside and displacement to the downside to try to take a short. Right now, this was the manipulation to go up. It's gonna take that high for sure. There it is. Changes to the downside. We got an SMT. This is good. This is good. I like this. So we're making a lower high here. We're making a higher high here. We don't have any change in state yet on any of the assets, on any of the indices. No change yet. No, we got the inverse fair value gaps, but I just don't like them very much. I think I could see what price does here on this fair value gap on the 1 minute. It could tap it and we could see a big rejection or something. That's pretty nice actually. It tapped it, closed down, didn't change the state, tapped it, closed down. This is not a change in state because it's only one candle to the upside, so I don't really trust this one. Let me think. So we already got that buy side liquidity. We just came back. We took the New York lowest point and then we started going back up. We might be just doing the same thing that I always say, which is just creating liquidity, taking those, leaving one more, and leaving for the future one next to another, and then keep going up, right? Like that. So right now, I'm not very sure on what we could do. This is not really good. I mean, okay, yeah, we took some form of buy side. There's no more buy side. We should take some form of sell side first, then continue up, but it just doesn't feel right to me right now. Let's see what price does. In this case, we got this low here. Let me check on the 15-minute for the structure. It just have lower lows. We took one, two, three. We left that one for value gap here. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not really sure what price wants to do here. I'm not really confident on this price action, to be real. Like this second rejection without taking the first one. We already had that on last week live uh live short that I took. We entered the fair value gap, tapped it once, tapped it for a second time, and then like with a lower high, and then went to the downside. This one right there might be a short. I'm not willing to take it. I just want high probability setups, but that could be a perfect short right there. But I'm telling you, this is not high probability for me. Nah, this is shit. Perfect. Then we didn't take it. Okay, so this was really hard for me. Um, I mean, this is Thursday and we haven't taken any trade yet. This is one of the I mean, it's kind of the worst thing on trading, this kind of patience that you have to have, which is a lot of patience because bro, it's been 4 days and you've been waking up and looking at the charts and not taking any trade. I didn't expect price to take this low. Why did it take it? I mean, we gotta hold on, let me check the 1 hour. Yeah. Why did price take this low, which I expected to be protected because this one already took this previous one? It came back down once again to take it because this, as you can see, there's no candle closure above. So this is not a break of structure yet. This is just a rejection, a liquidity sweep. So from here, you could expect a dump, right? Why didn't I take any short? Because I was not confident in this price. In this price action here, this right here was better because we took the liquidity. I mean, yeah, we started going down, but the thing is, we took the internal liquidity after that, you see? So this is the external liquidity. We came back up again. We take it one more time. We take one more time. It doesn't matter how many times. The thing is, after we take the internal sell side, I mean, buy side liquidity, which is this one, when are we going to make the change in state? We did it here. So this actually could have been a valid entry, but I was not kind of sure. So it is what it is. I prefer to learn rather than give money back to the markets. So here's the change in state. If we did take this short, it would be triggered here. Okay, and I would expect with that kind of rejection, without break of structure, with this SMT in place, I would definitely expect to hold a runner until this low for sure, just because the lack of displacement here on the bigger time frame on the 1 hour, and because we took the internal liquidity just once before making a change in state. This is actually a pretty solid trade. Yeah, this is actually pretty solid. This is all the rules are respected, right? Let's see where I would have taken the. I'm pretty sure that the first TP would be here because price might be just fucking with me, and going up and down and just be like a bad price action and a bad day. So it could fuck me up after taking this low right here. So I would be taking half of the position for sure on this 1 at 2.1 and then moving my stops to break even and letting a runner. Let me be I don't want to lie to you, okay? So let me check the 1 hour and let me see what I would have done. This Asia low would be maybe another. Nah, I mean, you got this Asia low, you got this low here. Uh, we got the last buy side before reversing. I'm thinking, would I be letting my TP here, the second one, or here? So the reason why I would wait to put my TP here on this week is because we have relative equal lows. So that's a good point on price to go hunt. The reason why I might think, yeah, but maybe price just takes the Asia one and then goes up is because sometimes, as we can see every day, is that the price, what price does is coming back down, taking this liquidity, leaving another liquidity for the future right above this one, so it's like a stronger zone, right? Because those are would be relatively equal, and from here it could skyrocket and leave those there for the future. So to be realistic, I'm not gonna lie, I would take the profits there. I'm tired of trying to squeeze a little bit more of profits from the market and then end up losing. So my second TP would be there. And the third for sure with this candle closure here, this massive candle closure on the 1 hour, for sure it would be here. Because this, as I told you before, this is not a break of structure, right? We're going up, but we didn't break structure. We got only wicks here, which is a liquidity sweep, and from here we're dumping, and this is not protected anymore because it's not the low that made the break of structure, you know. So first TP would be for sure in this type of conditions. For me it would be here on this low. So 50%, 50% fuck it, 50% I'm out here. For the other 50 I'm out on the Asia low for sure. And the next one is here. Yeah, the next 25% will be there. So yeah, this would be it for sure. So Thursday, and I wouldn't have taken this. Fuck, this was actually really good. I mean, backtesting is fucking good. You can see this type of. I should save this one. I will do it. I will save it later after the video. I should save this setup. This is good. Okay, let's go to the next day. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Play and stop at the gray line, which is 8:30 open. Oh, I passed it. Okay, there it is. So 1 hour check. This is good. We're coming back down once again to take this form of I mean this gap to fill the gap, right? We formed this high in Nasdaq. We only had one high. Okay, this is more uh this is, what do I do here? Uh, okay, so we're playing in this range. We're making a low. We're taking the low. Actually, are we? Yes, we are. We took the low on both. Okay. From here, there's no more liquidity to the downside. We almost filled all the gap. Could we still go down and take this low? Yes, we could. We shouldn't, but we of course could because markets are are I don't know the word. Fuck yeah. Are robbers. They want to take all of our money and manipulate us. So anything could happen. Yeah, we definitely could go down one more time and take this low, and from here maybe go up. It's kind of rare to leave only one low, but yeah, we could do it also. In this low, we got all of this liquidity. We left those here. I don't know. We could go up, we could go down right now. I'm not sure. We got an SMT there between Asia and this 830 open. That's the SMT. Do we make a second one? No, we take the high in the open. We take the high also. This SMT is just a potential one until gets confirmed. SMT high black. SMT high black also. So 1 hour of video. This is enough, I guess. This is the last trade of the week. So market opens, takes the high on the left of us, leaves an SMT. This is good. And we're having some kind of displacement to the downside. This is fucking good. S&P takes the high. Nasdaq doesn't. Makes the SMT, changes the state kind of, because this is just one candle. But moves with power to the downside. Nah, I'm not really sure. Do we still have anything? I mean, any form of buy side to the upside? Oh, come on. I'm fucking tired of backtesting, bro. It's been enough for today. Okay, so Asia. Bro, this is kind of hard to me. I'm tired. My brain is not braining. So we got the sell side on London, which London might make the law of the day from here. We didn't displace. We started going up. This SMT, fuck this SMT. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, man. But if we do this, we reach the 50% on both, right? Yeah, we did. What are, nah, this looks bullish to me, man. I don't know why, but this is looking bullish to me. I would expect price to come back down to this fair value gap here. You see some form of liquidity here. I would expect price to take this liquidity here and then make a change in state on this fair value gap. Let me check the 1 hour. Yeah, we'll be looking for longs for sure. So this is the no, I'm not even gonna mark this one. Something in the 4 hours. Just taking this higher time frame liquidity. This is definitely going. I'm bullish here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bullish. So okay, let's play the price. Let's wait until 10. Did we even get in this fair value gap, which is the one that I was interested? We didn't. Think I would have missed this trade from Friday, so the only valid one would be on Thursday. 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, so yeah, we're bullish. We're definitely bullish. We're leaving liquidity for maybe tomorrow to come back down, take it, and then make a change in state on this fair value gap. Let's see, maybe at 10. No, nothing. There's no trade. Let's wait until 1. until 1 p.m. Let's see what the PM session does. We still don't enter. We got this liquidity here. We took it. We didn't take this one, or did we? Yeah, we didn't. So we're kind of having an SMT, but this SMT, it's not valid to me, even with the change in state, because we didn't enter the 15-minute fair value gap. And just by experience, man, I don't want a long from here. I want price to come back down one more time, take this form of liquidity, and then from here, search for a change in the state. I wouldn't have traded this. Let's go later in the day and see if it wants to do what I said that I was searching for. It seems like no, it doesn't. So this is it. This was the backtesting session from today. I see you on the next one.